Hey everyone, today we're doing a little sketchbook session, and for some reason I've been really wanting to draw ducks lately, so I just flipped open my sketchbook to this page of little duck doodles that I made. I don't even remember when I did these. I think it was last week, a few days ago, and I wanted to color them in. I don't know if I love the way these turned out, but I was treating this as an experiment. I feel like this whole video is kind of like a big experiment, and I think I learned some things. I just really wanted to sketch with no fear and not worry about how the final outcome is, because sometimes it's so easy to get so wrapped up in how your sketches turn out, especially when you're filming a YouTube video. I want the final result to be nice, and I think they look okay, but it's not really what I envisioned. Like, I don't think the bluish shadows are as convincing as I wanted them to be, but it was fun nonetheless to put paint on paper. So basically my first little warm-up for the day was coloring in these little white ducks. But my plan, the actual duck illustration that I want to do is going to be of a mallard duck, because I feel like those are just like classic duck. You see them around in Ontario, and I feel like you see, like, whenever an artist draws a duck, it's usually the white duck with the orange bills, and I just really wanted to draw a different duck species, and plus I've already drawn the white duck, so I wanted to do mallard ducks for the actual illustration. And you'll see me do a sort of color study practice version of a duck illustration that I've had in my mind, and I decided I'm just gonna jump in and try to just do it off the top of my head in my sketchbook and kind of do it without fear and just see what happens. And it was actually a pretty fun experience. The reason why I want to draw ducks is because each month I sort of choose an animal to focus on, and I do a series of illustrations for my Patreon monthly mail packages. And last month it was actually flying fish and frogs, and it wasn't really one set animal, and you can actually still sign up for June's package. You have until the end of the month to sign up. You get all of this sent to you. If you'd rather just get the 2 prints, there's a print tier. If you want just the sticker, there's a sticker tier, or the bundle is $18 US, no matter where you live. Shipping is free, included in the price, no matter where you live. But these ducks, I'm thinking I'm going to do ducks for July, so it's way too early to get the duck package. I'm still kind of in the preliminary stages. I'm trying to do it early so I can take my time with it and have a lot of time to think about what I want the duck package to be. I just think ducks are objectively one of the cutest, silliest animals out there. Who doesn't love ducks? And I think it would be cool to do a bunch of different duck species on a page, maybe for the sketchbook print. I don't think this will be the sketchbook print just because I'm not thrilled with the final result, but I think I'm in one of those phases where I'm kind of being hard on myself and my art and just kind of not liking a lot of the stuff I have been making. Every artist goes through phases where you love your art and phases where it feels like pulling teeth and you're just not thrilled with what you're outputting. But I do have to say I like these tiny little mallard doodles at the top. I like how I simplified their shape. They felt more natural than the ones below. And it's kind of interesting to take a closer look at the feather patterns of a mallard duck. I don't know if saying mallard duck is repetitive or if you can just say the mallard, but I don't know. I'm just going to say mallard duck. But when you're actually painting an animal, you have to take a closer look at their feathers when you're painting a bird. And you kind of realize feathers are very complicated. The way they lay down on the body of the bird, it's a very specific pattern and direction, and you can fake it to an extent, but you also need to make sure you get the basic geometry of the feathers and suggest where their wing is. And then the mallard ducks have this very specific coloration. Of course, they have a green head with a white ring, a brownish stomach, and then their back and the rest of their body is sort of this combination of different colors and patterns and layers of feathers that is confusing my brain. So I need to study them more closely and just I don't know, try a couple of quick study sketches to get the general idea of how their feathers look. And I also, when I'm really struggling with an animal and how do I draw this animal, make it convincing without drawing every single detail down to the last, like, feather strand. And sometimes it can be helpful to look at a bunch of other artists and see how do they depict this animal and what are some traits or some simplifications they do that I can take inspiration from. You don't copy them, but you kind of like see like, oh, most people don't do this level of detail. Like, oh, you can actually suggest the wing by only doing this shape. And you can sort of just see like how other people have figured this out, and it can help you figure it out for yourself in your own style. Now for a quick break to thank this video's sponsor, which is Squarespace. I've been using Squarespace for multiple years to host my portfolio, and it's pretty easy to update it. You just go in, edit the portfolio and galleries section of your website, upload all your images, and you can drag and drop them to rearrange it. And what I like most of all is the automatic image scaling will display all of your pieces beside each other in a cohesive grid. I've also started using their e-commerce functions to sell my Procreate brush packs. They are a digital download, and I set them up one day, and I haven't had any issues with them since. And I actually had a lot of fun designing the page where they're being sold. They have a lot of neat design tools, like changing the border shape of images, changing image shapes themselves. You can customize the fonts and the colors of your entire website to change up the theme very easily. And there's so many other design features you can use to create the perfect website for your brand. If you would like to create your own website with Squarespace, head to squarespace.com for a 14-day free trial. When you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/JelArts or use code JelArts for 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Now back to the video. Now we're jumping into the actual illustration, I guess you could call it that. I didn't really plan much going into this. I had a little thumbnail sketch that you can kind of see on the previous page. I didn't really know where I wanted the colors to be, and it kind of scared me to take up an entire page like this and plan to do a full illustration. It's more of a study illustration. It's more of like a sketchy, trying to figure out what I want to do kind of illustration. I wanted to call it that so I wouldn't chicken out and, I don't know, like do something different. But it was basically just a big experiment. I was just seeing what I could do with minimal planning on this paper that isn't really meant for watercolor, but it can take watercolor decently well. This is a Royal Talons Art Creation sketchbook, a very popular sketchbook brand, very affordable sketchbook brand, and it's the current sketchbook that I'm using. It's relatively new. I started it a month ago, a couple weeks ago, and it can handle its watercolor, not as well as like a dedicated watercolor sketchbook or like a mixed media sketchbook, but it can take it pretty well. And I find it kind of fun to force paper to take certain media and just like see what I can get away with, in a sense. I was just trying to paint without fear. I feel like fear causes you to stiffen up. It causes you to overthink where you're putting the paint. It causes you to not be bold with your strokes or your colors. And that can just lead to undesirable results. I wasn't really like worried about how this was going to turn out, because I told myself, like, I'm just kind of messing around. We'll see what happened. And I was pleasantly surprised with the outcome because it's not, like, terrible. I'm actually pretty happy with this. And I think I learned some fun techniques for doing mixed media. And I really told myself to slow down, look at the big picture, don't rush to just get the paint on the page. I was trying to be bold and confident, but also intentional about where I'm putting the paint. I find it difficult to be intentional when I'm sketching. I think being like overly careful and intentional are two different things, and being intentional can help you actually put paint and layers and texture where it needs it. And being too careful can make you afraid to do anything at all. So I was just kind of drawing from what I knew, like I know how to draw trees, I know how to draw foliage, I know how to draw grass, and I was trying to not be afraid to put dark colors where I wanted dark colors to be. And I think the composition is actually pretty nice too. I can't decide if I want to scan this in and continue it on my iPad, or if I want to just do a separate digital version of this piece, or option C, is to do a completely different illustration that I started last night that I'm actually kind of happy with. And it's nothing like this, but it does involve a duck. There's just so many options. I don't know what to go for. I almost want to do like 2 illustrations, but then like, I don't know. That's a lot of, if I like the way they both turn out, which one do I offer for Patreon? I have no idea. So I should also probably mention what art supplies I'm using. My regular watercolor palette with my shin hand paints in it, that's the one I use for most of my illustrations. But this one I'm actually using Paul Rubens watercolor palette, the ocean or water one, something like that. They did send it to me months ago with no strings attached. I just genuinely like it, so I'm using it. There's no like sponsorship agreement at all. Like I just like the palette. So I used it for this. And also I'm using Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2s. I think I have almost all the colors. I love them. They are so fun. They're like professional crayons essentially, and they also activate with water. And of course, an absolute staple that I'm using are pencil crayons, multiple different brands. I have Faber-Castell, I have Prismacolor ones, I have Caran d'Ache, I have Holbein ones. I think I like the Caran d'Ache ones the best, Caran d'Ache Luminance, but I unfortunately don't have a lot of colors of those. I would love to get all the colors, but I have so many colored pencils that I honestly do not need to buy more. I absolutely do not need to do that. I have more than enough to go around, so I'm not going to do that anytime soon, but maybe one day I will expand my Caran d'Ache Luminance range because I genuinely think they are my favorite colored pencil I've used, my favorite pencil crayon out of all the brands. They have a perfect balance of softness to hardness. Like you can get fine details with them, but they also feel kind of like creamy. They come off the pencil very easily. They blend together really nicely. I just love them. I think they're the best of both worlds, of like the really soft pencils and the really hard pencils. I also have some Derwent Lightfast pencils, but I don't think I actually used any of them in this video. I'm not really sure if I did. I kind of have them all organized in this flat drawer system, and it's a really nice way to keep them separate and like have them organized by color and laying flat. I think doing little like full page spread sketchy illustrations like this will kind of help me overcome my like preciousness with traditional art and maybe get back into it, because I mostly do digital full illustrations. But when I want to practice and mess around, I prefer to do that in physical media because I don't really have any attachment to like digital sketching. I only sketch digitally when I'm trying to come up with a concept for a piece, and just like all the preliminary stuff that goes into making like a full illustration. If I'm going to just do sketching for fun, I much prefer to have that in a physical book. But if I do more like full page stuff or try to do like more finished work in my sketchbook, then maybe that will make it easier for me to do finished work outside of my sketchbook, because a sketchbook is a very low pressure place to draw, and I find work always turns out better if it feels low pressure. If you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself, you're bound to stiffen up and make mistakes. So I don't know, maybe I'll try to do something like this a little more often in my sketchbook. I overall don't want to do too much finished work in a sketchbook because I want it to be a place where I don't feel like everything has to look perfect. But every few pages I like to make stuff that look nice. Of course I try to make my spreads look nice, but I don't try to do like perfect things on every single page. I like there to be a mix of both. That's how I prefer to use my sketchbooks. And also lately I've been enjoying taking a underpainting, colored sketch type of thing, something like this, from my sketchbook, scanning it in and turning that into a final piece. I think starting off a piece on paper and then taking it into the digital realm gives you a really nice jumping off point for the rest of the piece. And it kind of like, you're already starting off with all these nice traditional textures, and you can try to maintain that as you work on top of it digitally. Sometimes it's just so easy to get caught up in the tiny details when you're doing digital art. You can zoom in so much and see every little imperfection. But if you're starting with a traditional scan, that is inherently very imperfect, and maybe that will just allow you to, you're kind of forced to embrace the imperfectness of traditional media. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Just a simple sketchbook session of me doing some little duck sketches, and then this sort of full page illustration that didn't take too long. It's just like a little idea in my head, and I wanted to challenge myself to just do it real quick in my sketchbook. I definitely think I could improve areas, but I do think it's like a pretty solid foundation of like what I was thinking about in my mind. And I actually really like the way I brought all the textures of the mixed media together. It's just like nice and simple, and that's what I like about it. Let me know if you're currently using a sketchbook and what you're drawing in it and how long you've been using it for. I always like to hear comments like that. And don't forget to check out my Patreon if you'd like to join my monthly mail club and get prints and stickers sent to you every month. There's lots of different tiers available. So I really hope you enjoyed. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next video.